Hey Lisa, how you doing? Hey Dee Dee, good evening to you. And Lucana Brooks, Lucana, how you doing? Marcia Summer, Capri, good evening. Good evening. Ruby Turner, Snuggles, Candy, Abigail, Purple and Gold, Regina, Rhonda, Leslie, Silver Fox. Good evening to you, Tori. Uh, Raquel, Maxit, Barbara, Sharon, Elaine, Donnie. How you guys doing? Good evening to you. Trying to get to let me uh let me get this out real quick because she wants it. Good evening to everybody. Wichita, Kansas. Got it. Okay, good evening. Barbara, Sharon, Elaine, Donnie, how you doing? She says from the UK. She says, hey, from every chilly UK. Mildred, how you doing? Carolyn, today is Percolator's birthday, you guys. So we put a card on the board. So make sure you guys go over there, check her out, check it out. Wish her happy birthday. She is family. Tina Powers, Teddy's mom, Latrice, Incalade, Cynthia Green. You got a phone flash. They raiding the house now. Cynthia, call in right now. You don't know the phone number because what are you talking about? Come on, girl, come and tell us. Here's the number. Call us 316-553-3056. Cynthia, call us right now. Well, I don't know what else they're gonna find. They done already found uh been in there 2 or 3 times. Hey,
Hey, SP, this is Cynthia.
hey Cynthia, what's going on?
Well, see, I got that AV of, I'm not supposed to say, but anyway, you know that man.
Yeah. The one is
Okay,
giving us.
when you like how you have the flash to come on when you ready to come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm subscribed to that, and also on the police department channel.
Okay.
And it just flashed on my other phone that they were going because he's on his way there now.
Okay, he's on his way over there. Okay.
And then it flashed that they were going. The police was raiding the house, so I don't know. I haven't checked over there yet because I got my 2 phones going. I'm looking at you and you.
Okay, so why are they raiding the house? That's kind of weird to me when they've
I
already.
know, yeah, I was thinking the same thing because there's nothing really to look for.
They've maybe they've got a tip on something, so they have to go back. And
Yeah, I've been thinking all day. I was like, now, why would you move, say, 6 kids to the desert with no Walmart, no grocery store, no CVS, no pharmacy, no playground, no swimming pool, no water.
right.
I mean, that's just strange. Six boys.
Well, yeah, they needed a big enough house. I can understand it.
Yeah,
And
I can
not only that,
understand that, but no toys. There was no toys in sight. And I
well,
keep going back over and going. I'm like, I don't see no toys, no bicycle. Oh yeah, they in the country. They can ride the bicycle, a three wheeler,
well,
scooter, something.
no, they have toys. They have a lot of toys.
Oh, well, I didn't never see any outside. And then I was watching the video where you was the lady was the bio mom
Mm-hmm.
was did go to the we checked to go look for the boys in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that was good. But then it's another person that I was listening to, and she came up with a lot of stuff that made me really think because it's just like um, the what if they've been gone what a year? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think the kids been dead a year, 3 months, 6 months? Because if nobody's seen them, where have they been? And
Well,
another thing, the picture, the only picture that they had was an older picture. Now, if you're looking for kids up to date, would you have an up to date picture?
they're supposed to have up to date picture.
Hmm. Because the other one I saw was like when they look younger. She looked skinny, when she wasn't skinny when they interviewed her.
Right.
So I mean, I'm just using my opinion, but I just saw that and I just put it in. I just typed it in when it flashed on my other phone. I was telling everybody hi, and then I was like, okay, let me write this down on there.
Okay. So the police dispatch just announced. Well,
Yes,
they're going over there to the house.
yeah, and so is Matt.
Right. So
Cause
we're gonna check him out, but that'll probably be. Are you watching him now to see if he's on?
I'm waiting. Yeah, I got it on there, but he hadn't made it there yet.
Yeah,
He's on the highway.
I think it probably take him about 20, 25 minutes.
Well, he was there. He was in the town. He
Mm-hmm.
just hadn't made it to the location.
Okay.
But I'll keep watching. I got you on too.
Yeah, you keep us informed when they get there, cause we'll jump off and run on over there.
Okay. I have you on my tablet and my phone, and I got three phones going.
Okay.
All right, I'll get in touch. Bye.
All right. I'm glad she called. I said, "What is you talking about? Call in. Hurry up." Hey, um, we're trying to find out what's going on. Um, hey everybody, as you come in, please hit the thumbs up as you come in. Cynthia has got her scanner on and she's gonna keep us informed. They saying what she just said was they're supposed to be over there raiding the house. They're going over there to raid the house. I don't know. You know, she says, well, Q says, I'm good. Happy New Year's to you and your family. Thank you. The Capitol riot was so embarrassing to the country. Yeah, it was. Make sure you guys come on in. I got some update information, but SP won't answer the phone, so I just come to tell my family. Girl, I work. You better call me right now. You got some information. Y'all be wanting me to answer the phone while I'm at work. I'm at work. Y'all be getting me in trouble when I lose my job. Y'all be sitting there saying, SB. Oh, 777, call on in. You got some information. But SP won't answer the phone. So I just come to tell my family. What information you got, 777? Come on. There wasn't anything you was in the home. It's also said he ran his home like a boot camp with the boys. Hello, 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 hello. Come on in, yeah. And they said it was only one gift each for the boys under the tree. I think they have been gone 6 months. Yes, one gift under the tree. It was closed as a gift. I was just going over the videos of them saying that they looked for the boys, and it was just like every time when I believe that the adopted dad was getting ready to make a mistake, they was prompting each other, by mm, or like that's why you could see his mouth. He probably say no, you know what I'm saying, and then they will stop and pause and then say something different or go to something else, or he'll tell her to stop and she gets ready to explain something and he'd be like no, and then he'll just jump right off in there and then she'd just be like, you guys, I've been looking at that since I've been home, and so that's what's going on there. Having toys don't mean nothing. Jaden says having toys don't mean nothing. They could have tortured them by buying them toys, but not letting them play like that other case where the parents had like 12 kids and they were chained. Yep. When's the last time they had a doctor's appointment? We don't know. Paula says, hey, SP, I didn't receive my gift yet. Paula, there's, well, did we ever receive your information on where to send your gift? And what was your gift? Because one person didn't never give us the information, and then the other person's gift that never received their gift, it came back. So, and I don't think the one that came back was yours, Paula. So tell me what's going on. And I know we couldn't send one gift because we never got information where to send the gift. Come on. Soldier Girl says, I'm checking my notification and saw AV said he was going to the house being raided. We're going to watch that. Make sure you guys let us know when they come in the building. It may be East Palmdale, California domestic violence case. Oh, because why would you raid something that nobody's there? Um, that would be a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Hey Alice, how you doing? Purple Sibby in the building. How you doing, Purple? Um, what you think about the father calling the kids rambunctious? Well, you know, he was supposed to probably say something about the children. And what's so sad about it, he explained the kids without anybody asking him what about the kids. That was weird to me. He jumped from one conversation to another conversation. And normally, when people do that, if they do that all the time, it's just a part of their whole demeanor. But if they do that and they're usually trying to stop that other person from talking, and he took a big breath and said, they're going to be rambunctious. And they went on to something else, which was, it was weird to me. It was very weird to me. Boys was reported last seen with gray sweatpants and black shirt, but nobody, no jacket when they said it was cold. Yes, it was cold. He called his device Teach Total Drill Sergeant. Where is MSM? Hate to ask this, but it with what? Hey, last time I called her Massey. How you doing? You're okay. So let's get on into some of the topic. We're gonna talk about the California city boys, you guys. She was definitely trying to shut him up. Exactly. The video is sad. It disproved all the both said. Them boys have been gone for a while. Just found that there are more missing from just found that there are more missing. Hey, this is SP.
I'm a CSP and family. How you guys doing? Hope everybody's having a good new year. I want to talk about these babies for a minute here. Those the people that adopted him because they're not parents.
They're not
First of
parents.
all, no, they're not. Parents don't open up no look like no prison gate for no kids to talk about. He was going to get some wood. If you look at that backyard. That backyard got everything a kid could should be full of toys. Number one, and it's a nice backyard, but it looked like it's a prison gate. And where was the wood he was going to get? He must be gonna climb up that tree and watch them turn. Them two little boys walk out that gate while he being a monkey getting some wood that he never lied and even went and got. What you starting a fight for?
He said it was cold.
Well, that's what you got that big old house for the heat, huh? Did you see the price tag of that house?
How much was the house?
The house was See, I don't know how to screenshot when I find other things I can send to you to make where we can see. The other phone showed me how to screenshot. I don't know how to do it yet on this phone because it was the way they talking about the house and the price is like the house. They don't know if they actually paid for the house, but the house had been sold. The house was sold. The house is paid for that they're living in now. So we don't know if some of their relatives bought the house for them to move in. What are they running from? And I really think they done did away with these kids, and that's why they ran away to where they ran away to where they are now. But for him to be talking about he getting wood and she wrapping gifts, the kids supposed to be in the house. It's cold. They supposed to be in the house. You wrapping gifts in the room, playing with the old toys. And why were you? Those two boys, love is love. A child is a child. You accepted those kids for love, not for their money. But apparently it's for money because both of y'all, all we doing is sitting up looking at them. We can look at them and tell they just as guilty as two left shoes, both of them. That's why we didn't want to come out. You're gonna come out eventually. You already out them bushes because we done beat the leaves out of them, beat y'all all in y'all back. Y'all done something to those boys, and we just don't know where they are, and y'all do. There's no way this man is gonna. What you building a fire for? That's a big old nice home. Nice backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you building a fire for? If you're gonna roast marshmallows, you let a barbecue pit for that. Lies. And she's standing up there, and neither one of them shedding a tear. And I dare him to call our kids black. How could you what did you adopt them for? To call them names? To hurt them? Or just to be evil and say, let's just get these two little boys right here so they don't go back to their mama. And you done took them off and did away with them. See, nobody wants to say that. But the truth is the truth. These kids are gone too long. These are baby boys. They cannot fend for themselves out in the woods or wherever they are. They can't fend for themselves. And if they were lost, like they're saying, they got away, somebody would have picked them up and gave them, turned them in. They not lost.
Right.
Look how many cases we have covered. Look how many people we've looked at, faces, looking like they ain't did nothing, and they the most cruel dogs standing on this earth. Enough is enough. I'm saying it like it is. They killed those boys.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say it like I feel it is. And we need to stop being in denial. And we need to be looking at the time frame of how long children have been missing. We must remember, children don't have the knowledge and the skills and the ability to survive in certain areas and climates of this world without our hands.
Exactly.
They need us. You gonna tell me these two little boys somewhere in Hawaii laying up eating berries and bananas and fruity pebbles? Lies. They done killed these boys. And they made sure that they sent their children away so those other kids can't tell.
Right.
Because if you loved all six of those kids, there's no way those two black boys, like you say, would have been with the other kids. Why were they excluded? What to keep them back for? If COVID was so bad. COVID was so bad, they all should stay quarantined together.
Right.
They're lying and they're hiding something.
So what do you think they
gonna
did
make
with
it come to light.
these babies? You think they sold them? Do you think that they hiding them? Or do you think that they're gone?
I think they're gone. I don't think they sold him off. I think he looks weird, and she looks like she's afraid of him.
Mhm.
But they done it together.
Okay.
And if they were the only two kids there, it's logical. It makes sense. You're building a fire. Was it really that cold, or was it fire for the kids after you killed them? I'm just saying, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. You got this big old house. Y'all really think it was that cold? Oh, so you're gonna build a fire for our kids to come out of the house into the outside to the fire? Really? I thought we was adults. I know we had more sense than this, huh? We ain't for let them fool us, is we? I believe they killed those kids. Those kids are not here because somebody would have saw them and they seen them on posters missing. They would have given them kids back. Y'all know this. We got to stop living in denial about what these people would do to these kids. Look how long these kids be missing. And if they're that young, they cannot survive without us. And if people see them as posters on it, they will give these kids back. They have no reason to harm them. They're only being harmed by the hands that had birthed them or the hands that adopt them. They're being harmed by them. Strangers are not harming these kids. Come on now. I'm telling the truth, y'all think you realize to put all this puzzle together. It'll no longer be a puzzle. All these pieces are fitting together. And no, absolutely not a drop of remorse. He's standing up there like he's shell shocked. She up there with that mask covering up her little face to hide, but the horns still are coming out of her head, so she can't hide all the devilment with that mask. She wasn't even crying. Well, neither was he. Did y'all see them with paper towels, anything? He had his hands on his arms. He never took it. We never wiped a tear away because they had no tears to wipe away. They wrote a check that they couldn't cash. They really didn't want these boys, but they thought about the benefits. And then, okay, well, we don't want these benefits, and we don't want these black children no more. And there it is. That's what that fire was for. That's the way I feel about it. These kids been gone too long. There's no possible way in the world that these kids are alive and absolutely nobody's called in and gave a tip, say, I seen two little boys or I have two little boys. That's a different story. But for them to just vanish like this, Nilo and Stitch is just guilty. I love you, family, and I'm gonna get back in here and start trying to continue to type everybody's name as correctly as I can. Please don't be mad if I misspell. I try to correct it and fix it. And everybody have a blessed and safe New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys can always call in and express yourself. Express yourself. I know some people express themselves, then they call me later on and say, I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry for what? If you said something wrong, people going to express themselves also. So everybody have mixed feelings about what has happened. I just looked and that was a domestic violence thing shooting that go on that had nothing to do with the kids over there in AV. So anyway, it says what's the number? Here's the number. Yes, a domestic violence case going on in California City. Let's see who's this calling in. This is SP.
Yes, hi. Are you still going live?
I'm live right now.
Okay. I'm from Philadelphia, but I've kind of been watching the case and keeping up with what's going on about the boys.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't think those children are dead. I honestly believe those children are sold. If you guys look at it, it's going on all around the country. Last year, sometime there was a little girl here who was being watched by her mother in a minivan, and she was in a park with a younger sibling, and she just came up missing. She's been going over 6 months now. We've never heard a sign, a tracker of anything about her. They've never heard anything else. But it's not just her. There's a flyer going around saying kids that have certain descriptions and fit certain ages and what they're worth. Blue eyes, green eyes, blonde hair, 50,000. 4 years old, 5 years old, African American. 20 has been going on since this pandemic started. So to me, I honestly don't believe the children are dead. I'm praying they are. They aren't. But to honestly believe what they also could be going through for the mother's sake, it probably would be better if that's what she thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to call in and give my tip because I heard someone call in and say that they believe they were deceased, and I honestly don't believe they are. But I'm gonna keep praying and watching you too.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna add to that. I know people are call on in, but I want to add to what she said. She says she's calling from the Philadelphia area, and she was saying that there's a flyer out there. And I heard about this flyer, you guys, and I'm being honest with you. I heard about this flyer that is asking for kids. I heard about this flyer when on the King Hill case that they were looking for kids. Caller, where were you when King Hill came up missing in Philly? Big girl, that's what I'm saying. I heard about that flyer back then. This is SP. Who's calling?
Miss J Glover. SP, I was thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that the kids even made it to that house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they probably brought some clothes or something that had the kids scent on it.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to question the grandma. Oh, did she even see the kids when they dropped the 4 kids off?
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And why drop 4 kids off and keep 2 if you're not gonna be watching them? And you're supposed to be moving or whatever.
right.
That's what I didn't understand. But that's all I wanted to, to point out. And you're doing a great job on your channel.
Thank you. That's some good
And
points.
I keep listening. I don't want to take everybody else's time. If everybody else got some questions, whatever.
All right.
But thank you.
Thank you. This is SP. Go ahead.
Sorry, going back again from Philadelphia. I wanted to also add. This is SP. Go ahead. I don't believe those children made it to their house,
Mm-hmm.
but from also seeing similar situations like this, I don't think we're going to get the truth unless they send those children back home with their biological mother, the other 2 children. Because from knowing someone in a similar situation like this, those children aren't going to feel safe to tell the truth until they're back in what they know is a loving environment. So I honestly think at this point we need to fight for that mother to get whatever funding she needs, to get whatever money she needs, to get whatever lawyer she needs for her to get her children back. Because that's the only way we're honestly going to know when the last time these babies were seen, when the last time their siblings interacted with them, and whether they ever made it to this house.
Right. Well, we have reached out to her, and you know, we I mean, sometimes I'm learning, when you're trying to help people because you want to help, you want to help, and they're afraid that you're going to turn on them, and you don't know what you're walking into. But for some unknown reason, she is not reaching back. So,
I know for me, and I'm a single mother of 5 children, I would be kind of skeptical about taking money because of the way the public would look at me, thinking it was a get rich scheme and thinking that she possibly has something to do with the 2 babies missing. But I also feel like there's a lot of people that we all can reach out to, and maybe someone's a lawyer that can step in and help her.
right.
I appreciate what you're doing because to me, the more people that hear the situation, the more people that can help. But it's also not uncommon for DHS to be affiliated with kids being taken, adopted off, and things happening. So that also needs to be rectified as far as what's going on in that state to the point that these children were even took. And I don't understand how these 2 were even allowed to adopt them when the mother had a charge in 2005 and the father suffered from PTSD. Their own children wasn't safe, let alone to put 4 additional children and 2 babies.
Yeah, but when you adopt a kid, you can have little things, that's going on.
See, well, that's crazy to me because I just went through the process to get my niece, which is 16, and her 2-month-old baby at the time. And when I tell you they ran us through the hole to get what was my blood, but
Mm-hmm.
clearly I'm already taking care of my own children who've never been in any kind of trouble. They've never even been suspended. With my oldest being 18. I live in a 4-bedroom home. I have more than ample space. There was no reason why they forced me, but they did. And when I tell you it went on for months before I was able to actually get them.
Right.
So, like, I'm just so confused as to why they were even able. And then people are saying that they had these babies for years. From what I'm hearing, there was another adoptive mother who had them originally. And from there, they was taken out of her custody through some type of emergency reason that she was never told.
Right.
And given to the West.
Right.
And I also feel like the West may have had inside help due to the brother being an NAACP member higher up working in Washington, D.C. Sure, they used him as a reference.
Right.
So I feel like they did have some inside help, but something needs to be rectified where this mother can get her children that are left here on this earth that she know about right now back with her. I don't think we're honestly going to get the truth as to where the children are or when the last time they were seen until these babies feel safe.
Do you think that this could be a scheme for them to get, like hide the kids, and then when all of this goes down and everything, they'll come up with something like, oh, well, my other brother came and picked up the baby and we didn't know he was supposed to, but we forgot to tell him, or he just came and picked the baby up, and then have a lawsuit against, the city.
See, I thought about that too, but I'm saying as a mother of five, right? If I knew where my children were and where they were staying and I could easily see them, why wouldn't I wait till all four of mine are outside playing and take all of mine? If I take only the two, I'll never have a chance of getting the other two. Why would I leave any of them when I felt like they were being harmed? As a mother of five, I'm not coming for one or two. I'm coming for everybody. So I honestly don't feel like the biological mother had anything to do with this.
No, I'm not talking about the biological mother. I'm talking about the adoptive parents.
See, I think we're not going to get like to the real facts of what exactly happened in that home until those children feel safe, because the only other people that lived in that home with those adults and seen these children since this pandemic started would have been those kids. And for me, like just talking to the neighbors, they're saying kids never even came outside in the yard ever. No video camera has ever picked up these babies being outside in the yard. How is that possible? I'm out here playing Nerf gun fights and football in the park. Now I'm keeping my children separated from other people, but I got to get them out the house.
Right.
And these is a 3, 4, all these children are under 10 and 6 of them. Do you honestly believe that they were able to keep these kids cooped up in this house for the last year and no kind of outside attention?
They've only been there for 3 months.
But when has anybody at the last home said that they seen them?
I'm pretty sure they're
part of the moving process. Normally when you move, you take your kids somewhere for them to be watched so you can make sure you get everything to the new house. Right. And you go back and get the babies. When was the last time anybody seen these babies? And now that we know that the police have their tech, when was the last time a picture was taken of these children? Who ain't take a Halloween picture of their children? Even though it was a pandemic, we still dressed our babies and had little parties at home. And due to it being 6 of them, that was already a party.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we do that.
You know what I mean? We took little Thanksgiving pictures, little kids playing in the snow.
Anything cute they do or did or something.
Yeah, the matching pajamas, the fresh haircuts, anything, because that's all we had to do during this pandemic. We were home with them 24/7. Well, we were happy if they learned to do that. They got an A on their spelling test. We was happy.
That's why when she said, oh, my pictures are all on my phone, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, but you have a download that's on your computer too, on your phone,
Like you said, it's iCloud, Android got a system, Google got a system, everybody.
Why would you not give them a more, recent picture?
Well, from what I'm hearing from other blogs and reading, they're saying that the children, the oldest son, the 4-year-old, was looking malnourished recently. So that may be why she don't want us to see an up-to-date picture but from the pictures I've seen when they were with the past foster parent, that baby smiled in every picture. Every picture this family, the West family, posted, the oldest, the 4-year-old, don't look happy to me.
No, he doesn't.
Little scratches on his face, a little bruise under his eye, bruise under his nose. He's 4. Now I get that it's 6 boys and they wrestle because I got 4 sons, so I get that. But why is he? For starters, I would have never posted that picture. That would have never been the picture I gave everybody if that's what I seen.
Right. Yeah, I've seen the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's been a problem. The mother probably has been complaining about this problem. She just didn't have the finances to back her. Then everybody's bashing her, saying that she could have gotten her babies and the grandfather could have gotten the baby. He petitioned the court for custody. The judge told him that they were situated and happy where they were. There was no reason to uproot them.
Oh,
And that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
where did you hear that from?
AD Watchman. He talked to the biological family. He talked to the neighbors. He the first one who went and got the video of us seeing the 4 kids get in the van with the 2 adults on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he the one that posted it. I've been following him too. It's about a good 3 people I follow about the story. But I'm getting more and more. And to me, those babies, like you said, never made it to that home. And I really don't feel like that they're deceased.
Well, see, the grandfather had a written statement put out, and I guess he's gonna sue the city.
Yes, he has a suit in pursuit already. He already got a lawyer and filed on behalf of himself because he petitioned the court.
And and I don't care whatever state you live in, before those kids can get adopted out, they have to consider first the grandparents. The grandparents.
Even beyond adopted, before they're placed in foster
exactly.
care, they're supposed to be placed with, like you said, a blood family member.
Yes, but grandparents are like pretty much, if you got a home, you got a little income coming in to pay for your home or whatever, and some food, whatever, you get those kids.
The honest sad part is, even if you didn't have a home or an income, they were supposed to provide that for you to help you get those things to keep those kids with family.
Okay.
Now, for me, for my niece situation, they were mad at me because I didn't financially want the check for my niece and my nephew. I purposely didn't want the check because my nephew was a brand new baby, and I never wanted him to be a product of the state. And once I allowed them to finance him, it automatically made him a product of the state. Which means my 16-year-old niece, if anything ever happens, he fall, get a scratch, hospital want to investigate it, most likely they'll take him from her because he's already a DHS case.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to avoid that.
Okay.
That's why I didn't want the financial part of it.
Right.
But I do know that these states get enough finances to where they can help you pay first 6 months of rent, and they'll give you $1,000 a child. In some states, it varies if the child is handicapped, and between $1,000 and $1,500 each child. So I honestly believe these kids never made it to this house, but this family wasn't going to report it because they still needed those checks.
Okay.
We're just going to pray about it and hope that these babies come home. But I really think the best thing is for us to hope that these babies, the older 2 children, get back with their biological family. Even if it's not the mother, I don't see why the grandfather or anybody, even if they had to separate them because one person couldn't provide for both of them, just get them back with their biological family, and we got a better chance of us knowing exactly what happened in that home and how long it's been going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wish you the best. Enjoy the rest of the night, guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I wish they would have gave me something when I got mine. I didn't get a penny, and I was family. But I guess some states it varies. That's the first I heard of it. I know when they're fostering, they will probably help out, but I don't know. She said that they will. Go ahead, call on in. I know my phone's doing some crazy stuff. So let me get this call. Hold on, you guys. Here's another call. We're gonna call her right back because she called in twice. Well, maybe she's not. Valerie says he wanted her to take classes because she smoked weed, but weed is legal here, so the classes were not available to her. Wow. Okay. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, Miss SP. This is Miss Val. I've been missing in action.
Yes,
I spoke to, I live here in California, and I've been speaking to a reliable source in the field of
FBI stuff, those babies are not alive. That's just what they're telling. So I'm trying to confirm it because I'm not that far from California City. And I prayed that they're wrong. But he said, no, they don't believe they're alive. He says, because the first 3 hours are very important to find them.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, and then he said, just look at the guy, how he's holding himself, keep from saying anything. And I watched that as they tell you how to look at their position
Mm-hmm.
and crossing their arms. He's holding himself tight so you don't say nothing. So I don't know who did it, but I just pray that they be persecuted if this is the truth. Because I know you don't put out no lies, but they're saying that these babies are dead. I said, oh my God, some more. That's why I've been kind of missing because I just can't watch it with kids.
Right.
So I said, but Happy New Year. I'm going to keep watching. And I said, it's just too much going on. And my daughter said, well, you want to go and help search? I said, well, my knee is bad. I take my scooter. I said, because when it comes to kids this close, I need to go and help.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But you guys stay blessed and y'all stay safe because they say here in California, every 17th person has this darn virus. So y'all stay wrapped up and everything. So I'm just staying in the house. But I'm watching it now.
All righty. Thank you.
So if anything comes through, which I'll get it before you will, I'll call you and try to record it and let you listen to it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. This is SP.
Hi.
Hey.
Have I reached you live?
Yes.
This is Sharia. I'm Sharia. I'm looking at your show. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to put my input in.
Go ahead.
The adoptive parents is all behind this. I just saw this last night. And it's crazy because I'm 2 hours away. But I just literally saw this last night. They don't show this on the local news. I found out about it on Facebook or just, YouTube, basically, on my computer. And I don't know them people personally, but from what I see, and this guy's supposed to be ex-military or whatever, he's crazier than batshit. He looked crazier than batshit to me. I believe they all behind that. Him and that white girl he married to, it just, first off, I looked at so many episodes of people. People are going crazy over this in the high desert. And I live in the high desert. There's some crazy mofos out here. They're in Kern County where there's a prison and a lot of low-income people move there for cheaper rent or what have you. But I think they totally behind this whole situation. The baby's biological mother, she ain't had nothing to do with that.
Right.
She ain't had nothing to do with that. I can just tell by looking at her, and maybe her family was going crazy in the yard or whatever, and they might try to use her as a scapegoat. But you watch and see what I tell you. It's them. It's about the adoptive parents that did something with them kids. First off, I don't think them kids was ever in California City. Them kids was missing before they even got there.
Right.
Nobody, none of the neighbors, them folks got cameras up, and everybody got cameras up out here. And it's so cold here. In my heart, I'm like, oh my God, they've been missing for 17 days today. And I hate to say it, but if they're out there in this element with our weather right now, ain't no way them babies still alive. It's just no way. So I think that, the dad, he just the adoptive dad and that white girl. This was a money scam from them, and they wasn't working. Some people get kids just to get a check, basically just to get a check, and that's unfortunate. And it's also unfortunate how it's easier to adopt a black child than it is to adopt any other.
Exactly, it is.
And that's the way it is. And I see a lot of weird stuff down here, and I'm the type of lady, I'm on my own business. But this touched home to me because them is two black babies, and it just doesn't make any sense. Police really are so racist down there, and you can quote me on this. They not really doing their due diligence on these kids. They just trying to save themselves. I don't give a damn if the FBI in there or whoever. Why haven't they found these little boys? There ain't no way them two little boys could have went missing that quick when the daddy say he out chopping wood or whatever. He didn't even say chopping. He just said getting wood. How they
He
go
said
missing that quick?
he said he was out throwing wood.
Yeah, he said he was out there getting wood in the backyard, and the white mama, the adopted mama, and it ain't even over the race thing. But then again, it is because some of these, I'm telling you, you already know these black men. They don't give a damn about letting them get them white girl or whatever. And they
Well,
just
she's
be
not.
like, hey.
She's not white. She's Mexican.
Same thing too. Same thing. We see a lot of it, and this was a money-making thing for them. It was just an extra income, and they done dug the yard up. They ain't found no bodies or nothing. But this is, and I can't believe I just saw this last night. I was telling my mom, and she said, "We ain't saw this on the news," and neither I'm on the news all day, and I didn't see it. And it got me into a point, well, damn, we should get our crew together and go look for these little boys. I should call my girls, and it's less than 2 hours away. And it's so cold here. But the biological mother, I just wanted to stay. I don't want to take too much of your time. She ain't did nothing to them babies, and neither has her family. And when it all comes to surface, we gonna see, and I just pray to God that they still alive. Maybe somebody holding them, or maybe it's I don't know. Maybe somebody holding them, and they alive and they're okay. But they look happy with their biological mother. They look so happy with her. Once they got with that other family, it didn't look right to me. That baby's eyes didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought in its place. Something just ain't right. And I was just on YouTube and I saw you and I was like, oh, see how the discussion going on. I'm your only like on here, but I guess I don't know.
You the only one to put a thumbs up?
No, I just hit a like.
Oh.
Maybe that's a thumbs up because I'm on my laptop. Yeah. I'm not on my phone. Yeah. So, and I don't know how to do a thumbs up. I don't got no emojis on my laptop.
It's okay. It's okay. We come on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and this is the conversation room, and we allow people to vent, discuss, come with questions. We go look for answers. People share what they learn. This is what we do every Monday, Wednesday.
It's a lot out here. I subscribe. They have a whole group about this situation. They have several groups, and I've joined all of them. But these are a lot of people right out there in their area, and they're charging to subscribe and to post your comment. I'm not with that. These are people gaining, and you're not charging nothing. And if you was my sister, I'd rather pay you than pay that white man.
We don't charge. We don't charge nothing. We just want everybody to come in and make yourself at home. And we're going to talk about these babies. If we can help in some kind of way, we try to help. We do have an organization, Warriors for Children. And that's where every time when someone donates or hit the chat, the super chat, that's where that goes. And then we try to reach out to the families and see if we can do something for them, help them in some kind of way.
Right.
Sometimes we can, and sometimes we can't.
Fund me up, and I don't feel she's wrong. A lot of people are bashing her. I don't really know what she needs the money for. But I just know the mama, the biological mama. I don't care how many tattoos that girl got on her chest or whatever. These people, she ain't getting nothing to them boys. Them boys love their mama.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell by the photos.
Well,
I'm just telling you, I'm 50 years old. God willing, I'll live to be 51 March 21st. 2021, and I done seen it all except Jesus Christ. And something fishy about this whole story, and it bothers me. I haven't been able to sleep since. I ain't even ate. I saw it about 1 o'clock this morning, and I just been up on it, and I joined all these groups, and it's crazy. It's your baby.
Yeah. It's bad.
Well, okay, my sister. I just want to express my feelings on it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us.
All right. And you have a good one. You need me. This is my number I'm calling in from.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I got a phone call trying to come in, and it's done did something. Hopefully they'll call right on back. You guys, I was just thinking, the person that called in was talking about the
I was just thinking.
hello, this is SP.
Hello.
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just calling. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 2 boys that were missing in Cal City.
Yes.
My name is Lashard, Miss Ryan.
Okay, Lashard, didn't you just call a minute ago?
Yeah, I've been calling back and forth.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I've been in and out of Cal City since 1993.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it change from one thing to the other, and it's hard to believe that 2 boys are dead. I believe, personally, that the biological parents have some input in this. The guy who did adopted children, he was on the fence for the first interview he did on camera. The girl, which is his wife, I guess, she held her head down a lot, which means that she is actually trying to hide something.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the woman that lost her children, I don't know why she lost her children. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at it like this. They disappeared on the 21st.
Right.
Christmas is on the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel that she was distraught about losing her children. And you know how when you get people together to try and conspire and do something? You know what I mean? I'm quite sure that the 2 kids were taken by biological family members. They found a wrapping on the way out of Cal City. There's only 2 ways out of Cal City. And they found a wrapping with one of the boys' names on a gift wrap in the desert. Okay? Now, I put myself in that shoe. And I'm like, well, okay. Here I have some family members that's taking me. And I don't know one from the other because I'm only 2 years old or 4 years old. So I open up a gift and show the gift, and I throw the paper out of the window. And I move forward. Now, I lived in Cal City off and on for a long time. California City Police Department has streets that are monitored 24/7. 24/7. And if you've ever been in the police department, walk in there, you will see. If you ever seen a 300 square foot TV, I mean, just a big screen TV, all the streets are monitored in and out of California City. They've had problems over there in that little lake area that they have over there in the past. The worst crime that happened in that city was in the villages when they killed the town doctor at his front door.
apartment is very small. You know, it's very small. There's so many places in the desert that you can hide children.
Right.
But they didn't kill those children. Say it again. Hold on one second. Say it again, please. Okay. Living in Cal City, you get to learn the people. I've been out. I've met so many people in Cal City, and I still have a lot of people that I can know in California City. That guy.
Do you know the adopted father?
No, I have no idea who he is. I have no idea who he is. I have no idea who the mother is. I believe that the adopted father is probably the one responsible. But that's just my feeling. Mm-hmm. I do not have the feeling that these boys were hurt at all. It's not about money, because if you're looking for any money from California City, you might as well look somewhere else, because that place is hurt. You know what I mean? People that hang out there, they go to Cactus Liquors, they go to the fast track gas station, and you got crackheads and pillheads and, you know, people that shoot dope or whatever in the city. Majority of the people that act like that and live like that, they are black. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They are black people. You know, and I've watched the city change from years. You know what I mean? I even have a piece of property up there that I can't even sell. You know, and it's very, very hard to watch Cal City Police Department try to investigate this, investigate that, because they're not really doing a lot at all. They haven't even dragged the lake. You know what I mean? They also have a hotel that's abandoned that's not too far from Ashley.
Right. You know? I've seen that.
Yes, and they haven't done that. I mean, they had that new hotel in that city, and I don't even know why they even built it. You know what I mean? It stays empty. You know what I mean? Right. My advice to anybody who's listening to this, do not go to Cal City and raise your kids, no matter what the problem is. You know, I went there on and off, because I'm a member of Silver Saddle. And,
you're a member of people saying speak up. They can't hear you.
They can't hear me? Oh, okay. I'm a member of Silver Saddle Ranch Club, which was on and thriving back in the day. You know what I mean? They even tried to sell me the ranch. You know, wow, it's crazy. I worked at Queen Anne's gold mine in Mojave. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a lot there. You know, these people that live in California City, mostly everybody is on welfare, whatever you might call it, social disability or whatever. You know what I mean? And they're not murderers. You know what I mean? These people are not murderers. This guy and this girl, you know what I mean? I have a strong feeling that this brother thinks he's real rowdy. He's real rowdy because he knows how to talk.
Oh, you think he's real rowdy?
He's real crafty.
Oh.
With his work. I think he's a slick nigga. And that's just the way I look at it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As far as what the girl is, she looks like she does what she's told, because that's what her body language is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what her body language is. He's a defense person. He's in defense. He's folding his arms. He's speaking with his hands. You know what I mean? He's pointing. And yeah, that spells defense. You know what I'm saying? Being in the field, I do humbling. I think that they need to look more, not into that desert, but they need to look more into the biological family and look real hard, because it wouldn't be too hard to shake him or his so-called wife into complying with their demands. You know what I mean? I mean, there's people that I know in Cal City that'll drag his ass down the street and make him talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're not going about that. Give them lie detectors. Force them. You have to take it, because you need closure. We're talking about two young boys here. You You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't sleep if I still lived there.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep because I know where the cameras are. I know where to go and look. You know what I mean? They need to look at two ways that are leaving California City. There's only two ways out. You know, there's two ways in, there's two ways out. And it's very simple because when you get to Silver Saddle, that's when you go straight to the desert.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you hide? Where would you hide a dead body? He doesn't even look like he's smart enough to do that. I mean, he didn't do that. He's trying some other crafty thing. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what the game is, but for me, it's like they need to make him talk one way or the
Well,
other.
did you see the video? Did you see the video when on December the 21st when he was supposed the babies came up missing? He said that he looked everywhere. He looked in the backyard. He looked everywhere. Did you see the video where he did not look nowhere? He went straight to the car, got in it, went up the street, was gone for about 7 minutes, came right back, got on his phone, and stood by the tree.
Well, you can tell right there that he lied. If you can see that, you can trust and believe that they can see him do other things from the day before and the day before and the day before that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They need to find some video footage of these children leaving that house, going into that house before the 21st. You know what I mean? So they can really put them there. Okay? They say that the FBI, whoever's looking for them, they say that these children did not leave on foot. These children did leave in that car.
They're
They
saying
did leave in the car.
that
You know what I mean?
these children never been seen at that house.
Well, like you said, someone said that they were only there for 3 months. You know, in California City,
Mm-hmm.
where they live at,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't see their kids. You wouldn't see them if you wasn't looking. You know what I mean? Because everything is so sparse and you know, apart from each other. You know, I mean, people out there don't care. I mean, you know, really, the brothers that live out there that I knew, a lot of them don't even live on their side. You know what I mean? We did the North Loop. The South Loop is where they tried to keep all the, you know, the people that didn't have much money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you get to learn people and get to know them. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Cal City, I had went back and forth to so many stores that it was like I couldn't even eat the food. You know, Family Dollar and the other one that they have there, I forget the name of it, but they only put those kinds of stores in certain kinds of places. You know what I mean? Everybody frequents Cactus Liquors. I bet you that the Cactus Liquor man even knows the father that adopted those kids. I bet she does, because it becomes one small community where everybody knows each other. You know, they know each other. You know, he actually looks like somebody that I've talked to before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even going to say that because I hope it's not him. I hope it's not him. You know what I mean? But yeah, California City, they need to go all gas, no brakes, because time is of the essence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The kids have been said missing since the 21st, but who knows if they were missing before that.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's only a 3-month window of them even obtaining this property, which I believe is a rental. You know, and it's hard to believe 2 kids, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And black young kids that this happened to in that city. You know what I mean? This is not a black crime. Black people don't kill their kid. No, biological parents might do something stupid if they're on drugs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Me looking at him and looking at this girl, I didn't see drugs. I didn't see drugs. I was looking at them. I could not determine whether these two were on drugs.
Well, his eye was flinching.
Well, you know what? It's flinching. What? You know why? Because he's probably one of the misfits that just lives in Cal City. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a flaw in someone that lives there, no matter who they are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's a place where I just don't think that people should raise their children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at all, raise their children, because California City has really turned into something else. You know, I noticed they closed down all the projects down in going into Compton, going down towards Martin Luther King in Los Angeles. And what they did was those people that they removed from there, they moved them into California City.
You know what, caller? You know what? Everybody in this chat think you're the adopted dad.
Me?
Yeah, they say that.
Oh wow! You know what?
They're saying that you sound like the adopted dad.
If I was
so
the adopted dad, you know what I mean?
So
it wouldn't be no problem. You guys wouldn't be looking for my kids.
let me share something with you.
Mm-hmm.
If I share with you a link to come in this chat so we can see you, would you?
Oh sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, let me write your number down and I'm going to send you this link. And because
they think I'm the adopted
well,
mom.
you sound and then you're siding with the adopted dad, so we want to see. I mean, I'm kind of like who
I would love to run. I would love to run into him. I would drag his ass down the street.
Oh,
real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'll make him talk.
Okay.
I'll make him talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm not a young man. You know what I mean? I'm in my latter 50s. You know what I'm saying? But I've been all over the place, and I love my people. I love my people in Cal City at one time. Yes, I did. I loved everybody I was around. Everybody I was around. So, okay. What do you want me to do?
Okay.
I'm looking at you, but I don't. You know what I mean? I can't hear you.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send you a link to this number.
To my phone?
Yep, to your phone, and you just got to click on it and obey all the things. Make sure And
I gotta hold on. You said obey.
Well, it's like there's little prompts that they'll tell you, like, are you gonna say okay to the camera? Are you gonna say okay to the mic? And you say yes and yes, and then you'll come into the chat, and so everybody can see who's talking.
These people want to see me that bad.
And how do you say your name? How do you say your name?
AUSAR. My name's Asar.
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 Asar. Okay.
Asar.
Okay. Okay. I'll send it right now.
Okay.
All right. You guys, we gonna see. Cause you guys see, I ain't scared to ask. Hold on. Let me invite. I gotta do this real quick. I don't know if you guys can see me, but in order to invite, I got to send it. Okay. Hold on, family. Because everybody's sitting there. Let me get off of here. I'm not scared to ask. I'm waiting on it to come in. And it ain't came in yet. Come on. There it is. Hold on, family. It's funny how hold on. It still ain't came. What the heck? share. I don't know why it's not letting me share it. Oh God. I'm gonna have to do it some other kind of way. Hold on. It is not letting me do it. We'll find a way to do it. Unbelievable. I told you I'm gonna find a way to do it. I got I got I got several phones here to deal with. So when we you do it. Hold on. This is weird. I'm not wondering why this won't go through. Oh, I'm gonna make this happen. Okay, I got another way. Hold on. I'm not too smart with this stuff, but I guarantee you, um, I figure it out really easy. Okay. Whew. You guys, I'm sorry. Y'all looking, y'all, all 400 of y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. I ain't crazy. I got it to them. So we'll see. We'll see who's giving us this information. Gloria Bass, we gonna see. Every every rock says she's a bad lady. Oh, Jacqueline. I got it. I got it, James Ball. Whoo. Y'all in the building? I got it to him. I don't know. Something something about it was hard for me to share that, and that's the first time it's ever been that hard. He Soldier Girl, he talking about a domestic violence case. What you talking about? I don't. Hey Jaden, let's see. Miss Tina said, take your time. He got it. We're waiting on him now. We're waiting on him. Yes, this is SP.
I'm Miss SP. How you doing? Hi, family. This is Angela again.
Mm-hmm. Hey Angela, what's going
I'm
on?
calling. How y'all doing? I'm calling to say I listened to what they caller said about the flyers and the flyers that you said, and then I listened to what they called that next caller said. What did I say?
What, you said the same thing.
Didn't I tell y'all those babies weren't here?
Well,
We have to look at the
he ain't.
huh? And not him, that lady. The lady that's down there. The later caller they called before him.
Okay.
She confirmed that those boys are not here. This is sickening.
Oh.
Exactly. Remember
Yeah.
what I just said, and the other lady called and retaliated and said, we have to see this killing of these kids and then they're missing. My thing with the timeline of how long they've been gone. Look, these babies are small. They can't make it without us.
Well, you know, um,
It's just something we don't want to face and we don't want to think and talk about, but it's the length of time with these children. And then look how they jumped up and moved. And I'm like the fellow that was on the phone, what he was saying about the guy's demeanor.
he was saying some he said some things that
Yeah,
I was in agreement with.
Yeah,
But
if he was to do it, he would be crafty and slick and sneaky with it. Exactly. I agree with him totally because that's the way the kind of man I couldn't just put it together how to say how he looked, but that's exactly what I wanted to say, how he looked. Like he just so slick and he just got this in the bag and I'm just not gonna say anything.
he's coming in the building now, you guys.
Hills?
Yes, he's in the building right now.
He online?
Yeah.
Hills?
Yes.
Let me go.
Okay.
He online?
Yes. Okay, how you doing?
He online?
Okay, how you doing?
He online?
Okay, Azur, you there?
Yes. Hold on, I gotta turn down one. Go ahead, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I see everybody can see you now. So let me see
Do
here.
I look like them babies' daddy?
No, you don't. So they couldn't hardly hear you when you was on the phone. So share with everybody what you were saying.
Where you want me to start?
Well, you were saying like in the city, they have street lights have all the cameras and
Yeah.
somebody was asking what does Silver Saddle mean?
Silver Saddle is a ranch. It was actually put on a lot of folks to go up there and invest. You know what I mean? My investment took place in 1993. And Silver Saddle Ranch had horses, gun shooting, trap shooting, boating, and all kinds of different things up there. They also had a hotel. You know what I mean? So a lot of people that were going to Cal City were going up there with their children, swimming and all kinds of different things during the summer months. But it's also a beautiful place in the wintertime too. They also have bungalows and teepees and all kinds of things up there that you can use. But it took a dive. The man that owned it, actually, I guess he passed away, and the owners that were there now just didn't do right by it. They were just trying to extract money. So what they would do is they would bring in busloads of people from Japan and China, show them postcards of Beverly Hills and tell them this is going to be the next Beverly Hills. And they would have them buy a shitload of that property up there. This is after I purchased our property, but Silver Saddle was actually the highlight of a place where you can go and camp out. You can ride your dirt bikes and everything. You know what I mean? This is going way back to 1993. You know what I'm saying? And Cal City has done a 360 turn because it used to be a place where there weren't so many of us. There were a lot more of them, and they had a lot of other things that went on. You know what I mean? There, So as we moved in, and you know how it happens. A lot of us move in and stuff, and it becomes a certain kind of a place. And that's just what I've been used to. But right. California City was, I lived in Jacobs Homes. I'm not sure if you know what that is. I lived in Jacobs Homes. I was the only brother on the block. I'll put it that way. And Jacobs Homes is on the other side when you go down Mindenboro, all the way to the end down there. They have the bigger, more classier type homes. They had a place called the Villages, which is where the people that lived in the city that had a little bit more money. That's where the town doctor lived. Town doctor was killed while I was there. You know what I'm saying? They walked right up to his front door and smoked him right at the front door. And his wife opened up the door. You know what I mean? But there is a story behind that. I'm just not going to even talk about that because that's neither here nor there. What is really important is the two little kids that are missing. And California City Police, let me just say one thing. They don't do shit. They don't do nothing. You know what I mean? They know who's selling the drugs out there. They know who's up to no good out there. They know exactly where they are if they ever want to put their hands on them. I walked into the police station one day and I was amazed by the television system that they had of all the streets in California City. That means if you tried to rob their bank, you tried to rob their stores, you're going to get caught. There's only two ways in. There's only two ways in, two ways out. You know what I mean? That place is monitored from each direction. You know what I mean? The desert has cameras. I'll put it that way.
Oh, the deserts have cameras?
Oh, come on now. They're very crafty. They're very crafty. They know they can do a November tape and watch him leave and go. They can watch him leave and go. I'm quite sure that they're probably digging into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you have your police officers that are not coming from outside. I've encountered 2-3 different police officers that grew up in Cal City. You understand what I mean? Los Angeles, you cannot work in Los Angeles if you lived in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But out there, it's different. I worked over at the gold mine, Queen Anne's, for a good while. And I frequented Cactus Liquors a lot for my cigarettes, of course, because that's what I do. My cigarettes and the different people that were there with the cell phones. They were giving away to people that couldn't afford real cell phones. They were giving them to them out there. You know what I mean? So I would stop and I would talk to a lot of people. You know what I mean? I would go up to the airport. A lot of people don't even know that an airport even exists up there. You know what I mean? But it does. It's there. You know what I mean? I believe Mike Tyson backed out of the dispensary that he was going to build up there. He backed out of it, but someone else took it on. You know what I mean? It's not a good place for us at all. This brother that had them 2 kids, okay, he's young. He's young. She's young, but she's under his control. I could tell that just by the video, just by the interview that they did. I can tell what kind of control he has. His defense mechanisms of how he moved, how he talked. You know what I mean? I was taught this. You know what I mean? I've been a security officer for a long time before I retired also. You know, so it's like the people that are there, they're not murderers. They're not murderers. But they think they some slick ass niggas. They really do. They really do. And I think that him, biological daddy, biological mommy, that other lady, they know exactly where those kids are. I don't feel that those kids are dead. I don't feel that they're dead at all, because FBI, law enforcement will find something that says that these kids are dead. Okay. I was watching a video the other day that had they went into the garbage can and people are standing there talking. Oh, that looks like blood. This is blood. This is blood. No, no. Blood doesn't stay red. Blood turns a different color after it hits the environment and sits in the environment. You know what I mean? So no, that wasn't blood. That wasn't blood, even though it looked like blood. You know what I mean? They went all through the whole house, chimney, everything. You know what I mean? Look at the nigga's hands. Look at his hands. I didn't see any hard work on him at all. You know how hard it is to dig a hole in the desert? I don't know how many people know that, but to dig a hole in the desert, oh, that's brutal. That's brutal work. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't let nobody see his hands. He covered his hands.
That was his defense mechanism. I'm quite sure that the FBI and police enforcement did take a look at his hands. They did. You know what I mean? And they're really pulling their hair out because they can't figure it out. You know why they can't figure it out? Because there's a slick shit involved here. It's involved here. And yeah, and it may be a money thing. It may be a money thing, or it may be a thing where the mama and the daddy were distraught about how they lost their children. You know what I mean? You know how you are. You know how you are about your kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say it. If someone would have adopted my kids, you know what I'm saying? And I had an opportunity to steal them back. Would I take that opportunity? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. You know what I mean? That's just me being an individual like that. You know what I mean? But him, I look at him, I'm like, nah, make him talk. Make him talk. He not built like that. He's not built like that. You can drag his ass down the street. You make him talk. You know what I mean? Or you can make his girl talk. Somebody gonna talk. Somebody's gonna.
I kind of felt like one of them, if you kind of gave them pressure, one of them would talk.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did feel that way.
yeah. They someone has to talk. You know what I mean? California City is a place where people do weird things. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get a person who is a real California City person that is going to even think on a level of trying to steal a kid or murder a child for nothing, for no reason. Nah, it doesn't go like that. We're not made like that. You
But
know, we people.
he said he went and looked for this baby, but he did not go look for the baby.
It's part of his lie. That's all part of his lie. Dude is a habitual liar. He's a habitual liar. That's all part of his lie. Yeah, you gotta yeah. You definitely got to look at it like that, you know what I mean, and read into them, you know what I mean, and then just think. Now they're not even in that same house anymore.
Right.
They're not there, which gives them a chance to hide. They're hiding from the public. That's why they're not out there. You know what I mean? Because there's people in Cal City that won't even go for that. He couldn't
Right.
even go. He couldn't even go get a tank of gas without being harassed. You know, from the folks that I know that live in Cal City. You know what I mean? That's because the brothers are built like that. They built like that. You know what I mean? And he's not like them. I can tell by his whole demeanor, by the way that he talked. You know, I can tell by the woman he married to that he not built like these niggas. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're not gonna get away with this. They're not gonna get away with it. I believe that either he knows or someone needs to find the biological parents' family, because I believe that these two boys are alive. There's no reason that I could have thought of that why they would be dead. You know what I mean? I believe that they're alive. And I don't believe that they sold them, because he ain't built like that either. You know what I'm saying? Um, you got to be plugged in to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he's living in Cal City, so he ain't plugged into shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, he's not doing that. I believe that the kids were taken from the yard by someone who knew them. I believe that's why they found that paper out in the desert. Someone was giving the kid a Christmas present and threw the paper out while they were on their way out of the city. You know what I mean? As far as them saying that they only saw 4 boys come back, you know what I mean? And there was only 4 boys in the truck. See, I don't have no knowledge of that. I have no knowledge of that because we passed that down. You know what I mean? It's timing. The timing is of the essence where, they need to dig and dig hard. You know what I
Right.
mean? The first
But
person.
see, he made a statement to the police saying that his whole family, all 6 boys and his wife, went into Bakersfield to go shop. But the video that the neighbor has does not show 6 kids. It shows 4 kids.
Okay.
Those other 2 kids are not there.
Well, then that means that he told a lie. That means that the 2 kids that are missing have been missing before he said they were missing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Which now you have to go back even further and try to find some video or something of what happened. It's easy to do that too, because if they went shopping, where did they go shopping? All you got to do is have that store pull the tape and find and
So
look.
why would he lie? And then I mean, because if you lie, you could still go to jail just for lying to the police.
Watch how this plays out. Somebody's going to go to jail.
Okay.
Somebody's going to go to jail. And I hope it's not for murder. I hope it's not for murder, because that would actually be, I would be really, really harmed in certain kinds of ways if that happened to these young kids. They're not mine. They're
Right.
not mine. But you know what? They are extensions of us. You know what I mean? So it touches each one of us. These kids are actually still God's children. You feel me? They're
Hmm.
still God's children, and that's horrible. If that happens and he had something to do with it, oh man, oh, that would be really bad. That would be really bad. He wouldn't be safe anywhere. He might as well just go to jail. You know what I mean? Because that would be a problem. That would be a real big problem. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about the mother of these kids, the biological mother. They said she has some kind of drugs in her system or whatever. Well, marijuana is absolutely legal. People smoke that shit every day. It doesn't
Right.
even. I don't per se smoke it, but I don't have anything against it. If you're smoking it, that's your business. You know what I mean? As far as saying that she's a drug addict and this and that and this and that, no, because I know drug addicts too. And she doesn't
Yeah.
look like one. He don't look like one, and that white girl he's married to don't look like one either. You know, I'm I'm just saying that from my experience of talking with people and being around people. You know,
Okay.
it's not a hard case. A lot of people are making it harder by
Then
assuming.
Then assume,
They're
yeah.
assuming. You know what I mean? There's only two factual things here that need to be established:
Mm-hmm.
is if he's lying or if he's not. You know what I mean? And I don't know how the police work, but I mean, I've been on this earth for 56 years, and I tell you, I don't know any police departments that aren't corrupt. You know what I mean? Drag his ass in there and get him to do a lie detector. Force him. Force
Mm-hmm.
him to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, it's like you have to. It's like, we need some answers. We need some answers. Cal City is a way place that nobody ever heard of. People in Lancaster haven't even heard of Cal City. You know what
Right.
I mean? The Negroes come from out of Cal City, go buy their drugs up in Lancaster, come back and sell. This is how it's done here. You know what I mean? And it's like they go out of the city and then come back to the city. And, everybody's like a misfit. Every other corner you turn, you know what I mean? That's where you see them. I mean, but you don't turn your back on them. They steal your peoples. They steal your peoples. You know what I mean? You just learn how to deal with people like that. You know what I mean? Because Cal City is a place that I think shouldn't even exist. It shouldn't even exist. It's a place where if you're being sought after by the law, that's where you go hide. That's where you go hide. You don't do crime inside Cal City and then try to hide. That's backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do crime somewhere else and then go to Cal City and never get found. That's what happens. You know what I mean? And it's
Maybe
like
that's what he did. Maybe that's what he did. He did the. He came from Bakersfield, so he probably did the crime in Bakersfield and then came to Cal City to hide.
you know what? I'm not saying that that's a good examination right there. That's really good because people in Bakersfield is also a different place. I've been to Bakersfield also, and that place is absolutely crazy. That's
That's
absolutely
that's
crazy.
that's where he's from.
You know what I mean? Where in Bakersfield? Is he from the hotel areas, the downtown areas of Bakersfield?
Um, um, it's not downtown. Let me see some of his addresses.
There's a lot of territory, a lot of area in between Bakersfield and Cal City. You got to go through to get there.
You bring the dog in.
Yeah, I brought the dog in.
Oh, where's he at?
He's somewhere around here.
Oh, I'm looking all over for him. I
He
don't see.
probably land. He
He's
probably
down here.
no. He's upstairs.
Must be in that kitchen.
What y'all looking for, the dog?
Yeah, brought the dog in. Let me
I
see
got two of
somebody.
them myself and a cat.
Let me see who sent me. Okay, here it is. Right. Let me see some of the addresses. Um, um, the part is one street called Lutus, Lotus.
Okay, Ludus.
Okay, that's an apartment. Then there's another apartment,
You're talking about
Edmund.
Bakersfield, right?
Yep, Bakersfield.
Okay.
Then there's another apartment, Edmonton, Edmonton, Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Is that downtown?
I'm not really familiar with Bakersfield. I just knew when I
And
went there, I didn't want to be there too long.
and then there's another apartment that they done had three apartments. The other apartment is Potom on Potomac,
Okay.
Potomac.
So these two people, they went from apartment to a house in Cal City.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
They went
Uh,
from three apartments to the house.
okay, and they were also being paid by the state for the adopted children, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And where are the other four boys? They have two biological boys, don't they?
Right.
And who are the other two?
The other two, they had them.
They
They had
have
got
okay, so they have four adopted children.
Yep.
Okay. So these two fools got at least $4,000 a month
Mm-hmm.
coming in, and that house didn't cost no more than $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he thinks he's slick. Nah, they gonna get him. They gonna get him. He's not that crafty. He's not that crafty. It's gonna come out. Either that or the award's gonna go up so high that someone's just gonna snitch. Someone's gonna snitch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they actually
Yeah.
increased the rewards from 25, and then now the city done put up a reward.
For 25. So we're talking about $50,000.
Okay, I'm gonna get off. I didn't know you put. I ain't did. Okay, you done lost the dog. Okay, we gotta go. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna come back on tomorrow. I gotta go find my dog. My dog is loose.
Well, good
Alrighty.
talking. Good
All
talking
right.
with you.
Nice
You
talking
tell
with
me,
you
I'm gonna
too.
watch your lives. I'm gonna plug you in and watch your lives so I can just stay in touch with you.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Alrighty. You too. Hey, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go find my dog.